ought to make the day the time changes the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light out.
And a lot of good the extra daylight does us. You know, we still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home till after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, then you wouldn't do it.
Oh, you think I want to blow sun down to scene like this? No, see, the way I figure, we're either going to have to move Mother out here and move the beer to Pittsburgh.
You know she can't make a trip like this.
Oh, the hell she can't. Is there any more candy left? Look at this. $25. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't remember what the man looks
Johnny,
like.
It takes you 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes with the wreath down and then 6 hours to drive back and forth.
Well, we're here. All right, Johnny?
Hey, Barb, the radio's been on. What's been the station?
Which row is it in?
So there's no one here.
Well, maybe if you'd gone up earlier, you wouldn't.
Oh, I already lost an hour on the time change. Come on.
Stop. It's right there.
You know, I wonder whatever happens to these things. Each year you spend good money on them, come back and the one from last year is gone.
I don't know. The flowers die and the caretaker or somebody just has to go and take them away.
Yeah. With a little spit and polish, you clean that right up and sell it again next year. I don't know how many times you bought the same one. All right, come on, Barb. Church was this morning. Okay, I mean, praying for church. Come on.
Well, I haven't seen you in church lately.
Oh, well, not much sense in my going to church. Hey, do you remember when we were small? We were out here, and I jumped out of you from behind that tree, and I scared you. And Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me. He was like, "Boy, you be damned to hell." You remember that? That was right here. Man, you used to really get scared here.
Johnny.
Oh, you're still afraid.
Johnny, stop it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Johnny, stop it.
They're
I mean
coming
it.
for you.
You're acting.
They're gonna get you.
You're
They're getting out of their grave. Oh, look, here comes one of them now. I'm getting out of here.
It's all right. I can handle them. Probably going to be a lot more of them as soon as they found out about us. The truck is out of gas. The pump out there is locked. Is there a key? We can probably get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key? Hello? I suppose you tried this already. Do you live here? Oh, Jesus.
What's happening?
I'll be just a second.
What's happening?
Two of them. Looks like there's two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I could take care of these two, but look. I know you're afraid.
I don't know.
Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we're gonna have to try and board this house up, okay? We're gonna have to work together. We'll be all right here. We'll be all right till somebody comes and rescues us. Until then, you're gonna have to help me. Now, I want you to get some wood, some boards, something we can use to board this place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay. There. This room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in there and board up those windows. Won't be long. Won't be long before those things come pounding their way in here. They're afraid of fire. I found that out. You know a place called Beekman's? Beekman's Diner. Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out back. There is a radio. I had jumped in and listened to it. When this big gasoline truck comes screaming right down the road. Must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it. Grabbing and holding on. I didn't see it at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. I guess the driver swerved. Went right through a guardrail. Right through a billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it's moving like a bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. I looked back into the diner to see if there was anyone who could help me. That's when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. Wasn't a sign of life. Except, by now, there were no more screams. I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things. Just standing there. Just staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding to the cemetery. Johnny and me. Johnny. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny and he turned to me and he asked me, he said, "Oh, can I have some candy, Barbara?" And we didn't have any, and it's hot. It's very hot in here. And And he asked me, he said, "Oh, well, why is it so late?" And I said, "Well, maybe if we'd gone up earlier, then we wouldn't be so late." And then this man started to walk up the road. And he came slowly. And Johnny just kept teasing me, and he just kept saying, "Oh, he's coming to get you, Barbara." And I looked at him and I said, "Johnny, stop it." And I just kept laughing. And then Johnny ran away. But then I went up to this man, and I went up to him because I was going to go up to him to apologize.
I think you should just keep calm.
No, but then I went up to him and I said, "Oh, good evening." And then he grabbed me. And then he grabbed me, and he held on to me, and he ripped at me, and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
No, and then Johnny came back. Johnny came back, and the man let me go. But then I ran away. I ran away. Johnny stayed behind, and Johnny didn't come. Johnny didn't come back. So we have to go out. We have to go out and get Johnny. Please, we have to go out and get Johnny. Please, we have to go out and get Johnny.
Look, don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
No, we have to go out and help my brother. Please, just go out and help me get my brother. Please. We have to go out and get Johnny. But don't you understand that my brother is alone?
Your brother is dead.
My brother! My brother is dead!
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further.
Found a gun and some bullets out there. Oh, and these. We ought to be all right here. We have a gun, some bullets, food, and a radio. Sooner or later, somebody's bound to come and get us out. Look, I don't know if you're hearing me, but I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in, I will be able to hear it and I will handle it. But you're okay for now. You're all right. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But everything is okay for now. Do you understand? Okay? Okay.
Oh, don't shoot! We're from town!
Radio?
How long have you guys been down there? We could have used some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
Man, you mean to tell me you didn't hear all the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
The girl was screaming. Surely you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would have known that somebody needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on with him down there.
Look, we thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, it could have meant those things were in the house after her.
And you want to come up and help?
If there was more of us...
Look, that rocket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How are we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear anything from down there. And now you're saying like it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It'd be nice if you could get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. We got into a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us to risk our lives because somebody might need help?
Yeah. Something like that.
Alright, why don't we all just, settle down, huh?
Look, mister! We came up, okay? We came up. We're here. Now, I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out that we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Most of it. All but a few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar is the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you're telling me they can't get through this lousy pile of wood.
His wife and kids are downstairs. His kid's hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen all these up, Mr. Cooper.
Man, with all of us working, we could get this place fixed up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all of that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep those things out.
Those things don't have any strength, man. I smashed 3 of them. Pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, only 5 good men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not gonna be 5. There's not gonna be 10. There's gonna be 20, 30, 100 maybe. And as soon as they find out we're here, this place is gonna be crawling with them.
Well, if there's that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? That's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it works from the inside. But up here, with all these windows, we never know where they're gonna hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper, but down there in the cellar, there's no place to run. I mean, if they do get in, there's no back exit. We are done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there in the cellar with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know, maybe 6, 7?
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down into the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to open it again, no matter what happens.
Now wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision. Now you make yours.
Now wait a minute, damn it, let's think about this. We can make it into the cellar if we have to. And even if we do decide to stay down there, we're going to need some things from up there. So let's at least consider this a while.
If you lock yourself into that cellar, and those things do get in here, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
There looks like 8 or 10 of those things now.
That's a lot more than there were. There's some more out back, too.
Oh, Mother of God, what are these things?
We gotta fix these boards. We gotta fix them.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and every door in this goddamn place. We've got to get into the cellar.
Go, get out of here. Get into your damn cellar.
I'm taking the girl with me.
You keep your hands off of her. And that goes for everything else that's up here too. Because if I'm staying up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the food and the radio is a part of what I'm fighting for.
Man, he's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We have a right.
This your house?
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well, I am.
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen. I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She couldn't possibly take all the racket from those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in a death trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It must be tough for the kid that her father has to be so stupid all the time. Now, get the hell down in your cellar. You can be boss down there, and I'll be boss up here.
You bastards! You know I won't open this door up again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help.
With my help.
Just let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
No, wait a minute. Judy, come up here, honey.
You're gonna let them get her too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead. Mr. Cooper, with your help, we'd all be a lot better if we just stuck together. Mr. Cooper! We can fix this place up real good.
Hey, kid. He's wrong, you know. I am not boxing myself down there.
Well, we're safe now. We're up pretty tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay upstairs? Let them. There are two other people upstairs. A man and a girl.
Yeah, we heard the screaming.
Yeah. But I didn't know who they were. I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
You know, how do they know? How were we supposed to know what was going on up there? Sure, right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock?
Where'd you get the bandages?
In some laundry in the basket, I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them! Too many ways those things can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come crawling, begging me to let them in down here.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right. Everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. Some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio is set to stay inside, and
The radio?
the radio upstairs. I heard the news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us down here.
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's a mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Okay, well then take those doors off that board.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's going on, they can, I don't know, send someone to help us, tell us what to do. How are we gonna know what to do if we're boarded down here?
I hate you, right? I hate the kid. I want to see you die down here, right? In this stinking place. My God, Helen, do you realize what's happening here? Those things are all over the place. They'll kill us all. I enjoy watching my kids suffer like this. I enjoy seeing all of this happen.
We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't gonna solve anything.
Oh yeah, let's just walk out. We can pack up right now and get ready to go. And I'll just say to those things, excuse me, but my wife and kid are uncomfortable here. Jesus, There's maybe 20 of those things, for God's sakes, and there's more of them every minute.
There's people upstairs. Let's stick together, you said. Are we fighting with them? Upstairs, downstairs, what's the difference? Let's just go upstairs. Let's do something. Let's just get out of here.
Mr. Cooper! Mr. Cooper, the radio's broadcasting soon.
Let's go up. If Judy would come downstairs, Harry and I will go upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away. What are you doing?
Do I have to?
Oh, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them downstairs and us up here. Do this for me.
Okay.
You're out of your mind, Helen. All it takes is a minute. Those things get in up there, and it's too late for you to change your mind. Don't you see that? Can't you see that we're safe as long as we keep that door sealed?
I don't give a damn.
My brother was killed.
Hey, can somebody give me a hand with this thing?
I gotta go help Ben with the radio.
Don't be afraid. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Ridiculous! Look at all this. A million weed spots. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
They talk about windows. Can't see a damn thing. There'll be 50 million of those things out there for all we know. That's how good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs.
There's a socket over here.
Now you better watch and see what's going on and pay attention. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Now listen here, mister. I don't want to hear any more from you. If you're staying up here, that means you're taking orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on! It's on!
Now play with the rabbit ears. You should be able to get something.
Incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. But that situation has now changed. We're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible. Called this afternoon by the President. Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, Joint Chiefs of Staff, CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an Earth-bound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those...
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
logical explanation that
proved.
we have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
This seems to
I
be...
must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
An unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
Have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for this?
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Perhaps there will be a report.
Yes. Later. We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
Hoping to get some further explanation of this was one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Why'd you turn it off for?
The man said they only come on every hour. We know all we need to know. We gotta get out of here. I saw a sign that said Will.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You from around here? You know this area?
Yeah, Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the... And Judy had this radio, and we heard the first reports about the thing. So I knew the old house was here, and we went down and came in and found the old lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came in, and we went downstairs and put a bar across the door. It's pretty strong.
Could we possibly get away from here? We got a sick child, 2 women, one of them out of their head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded by those things.
How bad has your kid been hurt? Look. You go down there and tell Judy, is it? Yeah, Judy. You tell her to come up here and you stay down with the child. All right? Okay.
They want you upstairs. Has she asked for me?
She hasn't said anything.
I don't understand. Baby, it's mommy.
I hurt. I'll come back as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
Judy, I need you to find bedspreads or sheets and tear them into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar down here?
Yeah.
Okay, we can use the bottles to make the Molotov cocktails to hold them off during our escape.
There's a big can of kerosene down there in the cellar.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll get the bottles.
Oh, there's a big key ring down there. Could be the key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. A couple of us can try and get the gas, and we'll come back for the rest of the people.
But that leaves the door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It would have to be this door. It's closest to the truck.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar, and there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
Okay. I'm not used to driving a truck. I found it abandoned.
Oh, I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it then. You and I will go. Okay. You will toss the cocktails from a window. Don't worry about boarding the door because we'll have to come back into the house. After we get the gas, we'll come back and get the rest of the people. Okay, now everybody, let's move.
You've always got a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, we've got to move.
Are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
We could call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there, huh?
I know. Tom?
Yeah.
Are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the radio said. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper.
Why do you have to go out there?
Look, I can handle the truck. And I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
We're safe now, but for how long? There's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that, but...
Listen, remember when we had that big flood? Remember how difficult it was to convince you that leaving was the right thing? This isn't a passing thing. It's not just the wind going through. We've got to do something, and fast.
I just don't want you to go. That's all.
Yeah, we've got one.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You ready upstairs?
Ready?
Okay. Toss them.
Go ahead. Go on.
I have to go with him.
No.
Well, if you're coming, come on. Get on the truck. Watch the torch.
We've got to get away from the pump. I'll lead the truck away.
No, get out. Stop fire.
Let's get out of here.
My jacket's caught.
Cooper. What's the matter with you? Father Jack, you on the street of those things.
Is it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
A couple of minutes.
Oh, that's only a couple more minutes. It's only a couple more minutes till 3. We actually should start going soon. Yeah, we better start going soon. We better leave now. It's only a couple more minutes till 3.
You know anything about this area at all? Is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know, we were just trying to get to the motel before dark.
You said those things turned over your car. Is there a possible way we could get it back on its wheels, driving?
Seems like it was pretty far. Seems like we ran.
And Johnny has the keys.
Forget it. It's at least a mile. You gonna carry that girl over a mile through an army of those things?
I can carry the kid. But what's wrong with her? How did she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her in the arm.
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try and get the car.
You're gonna flip over that car by yourself, buddy?
Do you have a car?
You wouldn't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know, but where is it?
Oh, good God.
Is the fuse box in this?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse box. The power lines are down. I've got to get that gun.
Haven't you learned your lesson? Haven't you had enough?
2 people are dead on account of that gun. Take a look out that window.
Get over here, man. Come on. Ah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get inside. Get into the cellar now. Move.
Johnny? Johnny!
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. Frank, you still here, Bill?
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers. You're doing all the work. You take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard Den. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm checking the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Down there by the barn. Okay. Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Cal.
Okay, come over. There's a group of police in the other part. He's a dead one. Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Nothing down here.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house, man.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.